Episode of Let's Go Hunt, Gun Parts Edition. What do you trust in the woods? Tonight we have Sam Alexander, the only man who can be stuck on a 7-hour road trip for 8 hours. Vince H is getting geared up. Mike Gonsalves, who has questionable questions. And I'm Dave Packard, who did not shit in the drug test cup today. Joining us around the campfire tonight, we have Kenji Takahashi, whose job is as clear as mud, but is from AIM Surplus, and our favorite fruit, tangerines.
What?
It was a stretch. I will admit that it was.
I liked it
like
a lot.
tangent, but like
Wait,
tangentarines. You
Oh.
had to say it with
Yeah,
more
no,
confidence. You
he's
got to say
not
it was
from-
tangentarines. You know,
he's not
Yeah.
from tangerines, but we're including
No,
that in
well,
our topics.
I literally just thought this was something that Mike added in about actual fruit.
I
no,
thought that was
immediately
Mike.
went on a tangent about our tangentarines. Kenji, how's it going, man?
I'm loving life, fellas. I'm loving life. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit about AIM Surplus and what you do that's clear as mud.
I
Well-
didn't think there was a surplus of AIM out there.
Not
Time
at
to time,
GunCon there
you will
wasn't.
come across them in the wild. Yeah, but overall, I do a little bit of everything. I'm a warehouse guy currently, so vast majority of our business is done online. So I'll compile orders, help to ship orders. We also specialize in procurement of, a lot of firearms. We really kind of focus on what once was the military surplus market. I would say it's definitely evolved into the law enforcement surplus market. So that involves a lot of Glock SKUs, a lot of old Colts coming in through the building, Armalite's, Bushmasters. You see a little bit of everything. When you're in my shoes, it's a really cool experience.
So, what is AIM Surplus? For those that don't know,
Great question. So we are a distributor. We're a distributor of firearms, ammunition, pretty much anything under the sun, firearms related. We have it, or we have carried it in the past, and we're just looking for a restock.
Nice.
Again, kid in a candy store.
Yeah, you got everything from weapons lights, parts, frames. You got some NFA stuff. Curio and relics just on the firearms list, but
Yes.
mags, optics, gun storage. Like you pretty much got everything. You literally say gun related everything.
Well, let's put it this way, especially if you are someone who likes anything that's somewhat surplus. If you have a hard time controlling your wallet, don't sign up for their emails. I already got one in just today, right before we started the show, and it's like, oh, look, law enforcement trade-in, AR-15, looks like a mid-length gas system, fixed front sight post, ooh, $600.
Yep.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of that coming in and out. Yep.
It's like when I walked
boy.
up to you. I can't remember if it wasn't you, because you were at range day. Were you up at the firing line, or were you?
Was yes.
Okay, so I was talking to somebody else up at the front, and he starts explaining to me what AIM Surplus is. Like, dude, I get at least 2 emails because I'm probably signed up to your notifications on 2 separate email accounts 3 times a week. I'm well aware. You take
Bless
us for my money.
we really appreciate your business. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Well, I bet you do.
Kenji's over there, like ships off your box. I'm still employed.
Yeah. Job security is a beautiful thing, right?
Right? It really is.
Especially in this market.
Yeah.
one thing that I like about AIM Surplus is they actually have Gen 5 Glock parts. And I did not buy this Gen 5. I won it. So, I mean,
Hell, you say you want it?
yeah, I did. But I have a Gen 3 and I have a Gen 5 19X, and it is a son of a bitch trying to find a cut slide for it. Like, good God. I can, but they're $600. And I'm like, I might as well buy a new gun. So,
It's preposterous.
Yeah.
Thank you for having a an age verification that is a single click button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
yes.
I have
It's
not
the
lied on the
least-
internet so much since they started putting those like input your age, like do the whole scroll down thing. Like, nope, I'm 107 years old. I don't care.
2021 or
That'll work.
1921.
I like clicking 1912 just because Titanic.
Oh man, yeah. Anything we can do to streamline and make things more efficient, make things easier for the company, for the customer, we're happy to do it.
That's awesome, man. One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about specifically, I got a story I'll go into in a second here, but we basically started a new segment last week called Warheads on Foreheads, and I don't know if Sam's going to play the stupid music that he had AI designed for it.
Oh, I
But,
totally am.
I'm going to launch into the story because this
Oh wait, are
story
we
is
doing
kinda
it right
interesting.
now? Wait, are
Yeah, I
we doing
mean-
it right now?
Let me do the story, and then I can go into why
Oh.
we want to talk to AIM Surplus because it's relevant.
So no music now, music later.
All right, let's. God, you're a pain in the
I don't
ass.
have to remember which button I put it under now. This is dangerous.
Is that
Kenji, we've done 130 some shows of this.
I'm a fan of them all, my man.
10 seconds, my gon' solve on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 seconds, my gon' solve.
Not gonna solve them.
I don't remember if I told the entire story last week, but I wanted it to make a 10 snippet like bumper music thing with Warheads on Foreheads with Mike Gonsalves, and that's what it spat out is 10 seconds with Mike. And it gets partway through his name, it hits the weird Portuguese squiggly G. It was like, nope.
I told you did go into that, and I told you to just put. Maybe I told you after the show, but just put an S in there, and it'll say my
Well,
name right.
The problem with any of this AI bullshit is you can't get it to work. 'Cause you can't get it to recreate the same song or re-edit it without paying a bunch
No.
of money. So it's just
Yeah,
like
that's
good enough.
True.
it's a one and done?
It makes
Like
me laugh.
nobody's gonna be. They're gonna be like, are they saying Gonsalvum? And you know what's funny is we have this system in the Air Force. It's called IMDS. You use it to, like, every set of aircraft has a set of forms that you write. The aircraft, the pilots will write whatever nonsense up they have to report is wrong. Or if you like take panels off, you write them up in the forms. You take stuff off the aircraft, you write it up in the forms. Like it sets a flyable, non-flyable condition. IMDS is a computerized version of that. And my login for that was Gonsalvum. GONCALVM1.
Yes.
Cool. So I can break in military computers now because I bet you they haven't changed your password or deleted your account.
Oh, I bet it's long gone. And I hope they have washed their fucking hands of me because
I just had a stroke of brilliance. We need to rename this segment Mushroom Stamps on Foreheads. Anyway, Mike, please.
How about not?
Tonight on Morelling Mike.
so anyway,
Tonight on
Um,
Vanilla with Mike.
we have a story on a hunter who was out. He was an archery hunter, Landon Clement of Georgia. He was attacked during a grizzly bear in the upper Green River Basin.
That's not too far from where I was just at.
Yeah, Wyoming, right?
Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
the entire state, but Green River Basin was not too far from where I was just at.
So he has a Glock 20. He gets charged by a grizzly bear. He fires, his gun jams, and the article says jamming isn't really the proper term for what happened. It's more of a failure to feed, and being
Limp
well
wristing.
familiar. Yeah, honestly, like I have as many rounds as I've shot out of the Glock. I'm falling in love with again. The only actual malfunction that's ever been like pistol induced was actually me limp wristing it just to see what would happen. I limp wrist it once and it jams, and I was like, "Oh, all right, don't do that." So,
Yeah.
This guy, he somehow he was successful. The grizzly ran off, but yeah, his gun jammed twice and in the middle of this grizzly encounter. The gun was dirty, so
He probably
There's
just
a
got knocked
possibility.
over by a bear. I can imagine.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. He could be. I mean, grizzly's charging at you, and you're like, and you're just firing wildly. That can happen.
I'm s-
However,
Hang
go
on,
ahead.
I'm skimming the article. It doesn't seem like they gave like a timeline of events. Because what I'm curious about is, did he draw, limp wrist it on the first shot, and then get bowled over by the bear and have time to, tap rack, try to bang before
Yeah.
the bear circled back around on him? Like, because if that's, I mean, I didn't say it was a sow or a boar, but if it was coming fast enough, it might have bowled him over and then had to come back around on him. Or he was just underneath it going like, tap, rack, bang.
It is never good to be taken from the rear by a grizzly.
I immediately thought of the grizzly taking it in the rear in Super Troopers. Oh yeah.
Bear fucker.
Oh yeah. Anyway, the point of the article is it seems to be less about the guy who failed to clean or grip his gun properly. The article is more about how to avoid this happening for the average everyday outdoor user. Things like ammo can be a big factor in it.
Buying
Especially,
an HK, that would help.
yeah, that could help if you are a Glock hater like Sam is. Stuff with high lead in it, like, yeah, it's okay to use hard cast bullets like we were talking about last week, I think.
Well, if it's a
but
standard
don't,
Glock with a polygonal barrel, that wouldn't have caused this failure to feed issue. It could cause some significant accuracy issues.
Yeah,
I doubt he was shooting enough rounds of hard cast lead to make that big of a difference.
that's what I was gonna say. Is like it's okay to shoot those and like see how they do, but don't go target practicing with them because you don't want your lead to get built up in your barrel for
I
that
was
reason.
about to do that.
Our listeners are horrible people. Apparently, this I should give out his ham call sign on air. That'd be great. It's not gay if you're giving it. It's a male bear. Oh, is
It's
that
not gay if you give it away.
Speaking of bears, if you're done, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
Mike's-
not.
yeah, okay.
Almost. It says the article goes on, says the same thing we just did. Get the lead out of your ammo. Just don't shoot your hard cast a lot. Get a proper grip. Honestly, people think that recoil, that a 9mm recoil is too much. No, learn to hold a gun properly. My mother, who is a very small statured woman, can hold and grip an M17 properly and shoot pretty okay for a woman of her age at the competitions we used to go to. So, it's all about grip. This guy is a prime example. Didn't have a proper grip on his handgun, limp wrists it probably first shot. Like I said, over 10,000 rounds in my gun. One malfunction, it's because I limp wristed it.
Yeah.
The ending of the article is exactly the point I would have, the conclusion I would have come to after reading it. Go out. Number one, we want to get every hunter who is hunting in the wild legally armed with a handgun. It's just a good idea. You don't know who you're going to encounter in the woods, but you also don't know what you're going to encounter in the woods and where. And those of you who are like, oh, I have my bolt gun, I'll just shoot it with that. Okay. You shot once, bang. Watch you fumble that bolt because you don't ever work it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. On that note, if I am hunting and I have my bolt gun in my hand, I will go to my bolt gun first because it will always be more powerful than my sidearm. That said, if
True.
it doesn't work in the first shot, if I have time, second shot, then I will go to my sidearm.
And you can work a bolt like most people who hunt bolt action. They shoot and then they look around for applause because they hit the animal, but it ran off that way. And then they work their bolt and then they're like, all right, let's go get it.
In the words of Ryan Kleckner, that has been sent down range, chamber another one.
What you do is you shoot your
I
bolt
like
gun.
that.
You
Simple.
shoot your bolt gun the first time. Then you grab the barrel and you get in a good baseball batter position.
Oh, my
And
man.
you go down swinging like Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
And if you're big enough, you take your barrel with your left hand and you do the old swipe, and then you do a
Yeah.
like
So-
full
This is legal
Keanu
advice.
Reeves on a black bear.
There you go. if you can train that hard to be
John Wick.
John
Yeah.
Wick on a black bear. John Wick 5. Black bears are coming.
Yeah, brother.
They killed his cubs.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Dude, I want John Wick to team up with an absolute redneck in the middle of Tennessee for the next one. Like that'd be
That'd be huge.
that would be prime film.
I imagine that movie would go. John Wick is a lot of like nice precision shooting, and the redneck just has explosives. She's like, "You good? Yeah."
Accuracy by combustion.
The-
Accuracy by dynamite.
Accuracy by vaporization.
combustion.
So the purpose of the article, the conclusion I came to was train, get a
Yeah.
handgun, carry it in the woods, train with the equipment that you have.
Shoot your bear gun.
Yes,
Carry-
yes,
and
shoot
carry
your
it.
bear gun.
And carry it. I will always go back to this one. I was just talking to my wife about this one because while we were driving up there, the hunting guide a few years back who was killed when he took his bear off of took his Glock off of his belt, put it on top of his pack. Round wasn't chambered. Sow came in, attacked him. Client didn't know what to do with this random Glock, and so tried to shoot it, couldn't shoot it, and ran away. Have your gun attached to your body, have a round in the chamber. If
Mhm.
not, you deserve to be eaten by bears.
Valid. So, on that note, Kenji, how can AIM Surplus help with that?
That's a great question.
That's a good way to circle back.
That's actually
So
good.
I would like to touch back on a comment that was just made. You know, if you're gonna carry something like a Glock 20, make sure to put rounds downrange with your Glock 20.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. A 17. I mean, you get a Glock 22, which we have a litany right now.
Mhm.
Shocking.
You're interested in an inexpensive used Glock. Guess it is 40. Some people will argue that it is an antiquated caliber. I understand that. That being said, I think you could make a case for that being an acceptable carry option in the backcountry.
I don't want to interject too much, but especially
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo Boar, and I think I don't know if Underwood does. I know Buffalo Boar, they make some hard cast 40 cal rounds plus P
Yeah.
ammo. I mean, 40 cal plus P. I mean, sure, you're not going to be getting as spicy as 10 mil plus, like 10 mil hard cast, but you're for black bear I'd say that's. I mean,
Yeah,
what
it'll
more do you
spice
want?
up there. That's actually a pretty solid option,
You're
and I kind of
10
wish.
mil, 10 mil adjacent.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's
Precise.
almost like my 45 supers. It's not 10 mil, but it's 10 mil adjacent enough that
It goes
45
from 40 short and wimpy to just 40 short.
My man. Yes.
You know, short king.
40 small.
Go ahead, Kenji.
But yeah, I think I think as long as you have a firearm that you've vetted, you've put more than say a box of ammo downrange one time a year ago. Reps are this is a perishable skill. That's preached to me all the time, and I think
Mhm.
people really lose sight of that. I think a lot of people are more than happy to invest in a new firearm, but would be hesitant to spend that same money on, say, a class that would increase proficiency, make
Right.
them more efficient behind a firearm.
How many people got a safe like full of 40 guns, but they've never taken a class?
I
Like, how
used to be
much-
that guy.
How much does 40 high points cost?
I know people like that. They're all fuds.
Right.
They don't want to shoot anything because the lower the round count on the rifle makes it worth more, and it's an investment to them instead of actually training with it and shooting it. They're like, nope, this has only had a box shot through it. I was like, oh, so it's a used gun. They're like, well, it's only had a box. I was like, I don't care. It's a used gun.
Yes.
Shoot your shit.
Yeah. And
I
these are a lot of these are police models, right, Kenji? Like, so unless they came out of like Chicago, they've never been fired.
You will notice slight holster wear on most of our used guns, but by and large, the barrels are pretty mint. And we are also very stringent in our grading process. Say we receive 200 Glock 22s in a single shipment. We might only put 180 up on the website. We want to make sure that the customers are getting what they pay for, what they expect. I don't think it does anybody any good to advertise a fully functional or a passable firearm when there's noticeable surface rust or missing part. You see all kinds of stuff, and we try to take the high road.
Well,
We do
that's
our
awesome.
very best.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Take care of your customers.
Absolutely.
Well, and it freaking basically 280 for a trade-in Glock 22. Like,
And if you really
Well,
don't want to
yeah.
shoot 40, like if you find 40 to be too spicy and pricey for a round, then you can get one of the barrels off of Aim Surplus and knock it down to 9mm for actually pretty decent price. But I want to talk about that in a little bit here. I don't want to segue too early.
Awesome.
But Kenji, what's the other guns that you get most common for trade-in besides Glocks?
So we've been seeing a lot of old ARs. The ABCs. I think we just put out a large shipment of 16-inch Bushmasters, fixed carry handle.
Dang.
Let's see. I think we have 3 or 4 different Colts.
you've got those Rock River. You've got the Rock River arms that have the what style of freaking upper is it? Hang on, I'm just gonna share screen. Oh, this is lovely, riveting radio talk here. But essentially, it's almost like a fixed A2,
Yes.
but it's chopped with a Picatinny rail in front. Oh,
That's really cool.
Now, here's let me show you what really matters.
What really?
yeah, I
what-
saw that hanging out, Vince. The
Yeah,
sound.
that has been in the back.
For those listening, going, what the hell, man? The first one, well,
It's Rock River arms. So imagine just a standard, looks like a M4 fixed A2 carry handle, but the rear sight base of the carry handle sight's intact, but they chopped the front end of the carry handle off. It's got Picatinny. I forget the exact name of the carry handle of that style of upper, but they're sweet.
I thought we were talking about Vince's gun.
Well,
and then we want to talk
Then-
about Vince's gun, which is a Zastava M83 4-inch 357 Magnum.
Vince, I'm so glad you mentioned this.
This thing
it-
is hollow.
actually- oh yes. Oh, really
And-
cool story.
For $330 too. I mean,
Yeah,
and we're talking about bear guns earlier, and we've been talking about carrying handguns while you're hunting. Like, this is, I'm not sure that you're gonna find something close to this in the price range.
Dude, we sound like the home
Just-
shopping network for guns.
I
For
know, I know,
$330, folks, you're not gonna find these for
Just
a
cool.
lower price at $330 for the next 20 seconds.
Studded
Make
with
sure to call the
Tanzo,
number on the screen
studded with
right
Tanzo
now, guys.
Tanzanite.
for $330. You cannot beat this price. And in 357 Magnum, you'll be sure to put that bad guy at your door down quickly. 10 seconds left, guys. Come on. I can't do it for 10 more seconds.
Yes, please stop.
Please don't.
Come on. 10
You're on
second delay.
QVC, but a different kind of Q.
Yeah, Vince, we actually received a sizable amount of those. It was really cool to see a couple of the one-offs. We noticed there was definitely some hand engraving that was, you know what? I'm going to try to find a picture. Well, regardless, it's just an example of one of those SKUs that has a lot of variance. In which case, if we do see something like that, we will withhold it from the website and just sell it in our showroom. You know, keep it open to locals.
Nice.
But that being said, you know, that just opens it up to
Oh.
more variety in general. So, for example, we just got in a ton of Remington 870s, Wingmasters, Police Magnum, you know, up and down the line. A couple of them had the orange training furniture on it. You know, just something random, nothing, you know, nothing special. It's just a little
The
something.
Coast Guard version.
Yeah, that's it. It's not less lethal. It's Coast Guard.
I'm wearing my orange officer
On
on my gun.
Going real quick.
He says and takes his time.
Yeah, he's a little frozen. Oh,
I love that he says real
Crafty
quick and then
force lightning.
glitches out. That's just
Yep.
amazing.
Nope. Yep. I'm back.
All right.
I'm back, right?
All right. Real quick.
Yeah, real quick. You say that you'll take like the nicer stuff and sell it in your showroom. Is the stuff in your showroom, like, do you sell it on Gunbroker or anything like that too? Or is it just in your store local?
Great question. It kind of depends. So
Okay.
I wouldn't say we put like the best stuff down in the showroom. That's more for like the one-offs or the two-offs of the batch. You know, we like out of the Zastava M83 shipment, I think we received like 50 and 2 or 3 of them were engraved. So, you know, for the sake of
not creating a bunch of individual SKUs on
exactly,
the website.
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
you can put them in the showroom where people can hold them and appreciate them. And, you know, oh,
Where-
that's really nice the way the light catches it that way. And you can't capture that on the internet because the internet sucks.
Where is your showroom, by the way? That way I make sure I don't accidentally move to this town and become
You're going to love.
because this showroom sounds worse than the emails.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah, so we're in Monroe, Ohio. It's pretty much equidistant between Dayton, right off 75.
All right, so no risk of me moving to Ohio. We're good.
I
That's
heard
fine.
there's an ogre that lives in Valley City. So
Sorry, I keep ducking out because there's storms rolling through, and I was checking on. All right, so quick tangent because that's what we're doing here today.
That's okay, battery bat.
We got a free used dog from a family at church, and we took her to have her spayed today, and turns out she had already been spayed, so she's staying inside. But apparently this dog absolutely hates storms, and so I just had a moment because something was scratching at my door because this dog was in the living room. I thought she'll be fine in the living room, but now she's in my closet with me hanging out because, you know, she had to get away from the loud noises. Anyway, here, do you want to see? Do you see?
Oh, un
Anyway,
perro.
Hello,
the
puppy.
Oh, there it is.
He's
Yeah, a
puppy.
little shadowy down there. It's and a dark dog too. So anyway,
Patches.
So going back to this whole bear business.
This
you-
bearsness.
Yeah. So you guys know that I'm going to go camping this weekend. And I saw this posted in a Facebook group, and give me a second, let it load.
Could have had it loading.
Never mind.
20
Yeah.
seconds ago.
Well,
Just describe it.
yeah, okay. So somebody had their camper
holy
door torn apart by a black bear, and it is where we're gonna go camping. So
Oh,
It's
I
like,
mean,
what?
it is.
My man.
So what you're saying is our strategy that we've been talking about will
It's
work.
working.
Yeah. So
This is
So-
like last year when I was that camping ground I stopped at with my daughter where I was talking to the camp host. He's like, yeah, we had a black bear last week get in a camper door with a pregnant lady. I was like,
Jesus.
dude, if a black bear comes through your door, like absolutely unload on that thing. Like he
It's
just
coming
pokes
right
his
for
head
us.
in, just
Yeah.
hello, pop.
And my wife sent me that. She's like, okay, I'm staying in a hotel. And I'm like, no, I will just unload into said bear. So it's like, I have no problem shooting a bear.
No.
Dave
No
got
issue.
his stateside.
I'll be mad
Bear.
though, Dave. That means you took my bear.
Yeah. Turns out, if you want to hunt bears, just have a camper and a light. Wait till morning to tag it.
Isn't
Anyway.
That's not
baiting?
legal advice. But
Is that
Anyway.
baiting if you leave a camper?
Now you
This
you
is
always
bad
gotta
as-
act like you gotta act like you're not hunting the thing you're after, right? It's this idea I've
Yep.
had, like, I'll go run down
Mhm.
the road, just jog down the road, and the deer will just stand there and stare at you as you run by. So I keep having this idea. I just need to run down the path with a gun, like just run through the woods, and the deer will just stop and stare, like, what the hell is that? And then you can just stop and bam. And so you need to just take the camper and go park it in the middle of the woods and just pretend like you're not doing anything and wait for the bears to show up because they'll just think you're a, stupid camper out there.
I think there's merit to this.
I think so too.
The one time I went like running down the path behind the bunch of houses that I live in my neighborhood, I went about 1.5 miles, and then little buck with fuzzy little antlers comes out literally 3 feet in front of me. I look at him, he's looking at me, and I actually was I was running with a gun. I make holsters sometimes that I can't really get when I want custom stuff, and I'm like, I can't really explain how I want that. I'll just make it myself. So I made a holster it's a tuckable holster that fits my Sig 938. It works for dress occasions, and it's good enough to not move around when I put it in running shorts and run with it. So I literally thought about, like, man, if only. So there's definitely
Your brother's
merit to
having an
Vince's
aneurysm
theory.
right now.
I mean, if in the event of a
You're fishing.
zombie apocalypse, just go for a run if you're looking for deer.
Sorry, first off. We should have asked you this a long time ago. Kenji, have you done any hunting? Do you want to do any hunting?
No,
And
that was a good segue
usually
into
where-
it. Yeah.
That's usually where we start these conversations, come to think of it.
Well, we want to know who he is and what he does, and now that we're clear as mud,
I would love to go hunting. I've yet to be afforded the opportunity. But first chance I get, I'm going to take full advantage of it.
Fair enough.
You want to?
Love to.
$9, I will set you up on prairie dogs, and you can get your feet wet from there.
I mean, I'll let that.
Actually, $18, right, Vince?
$22. I got you for $25. And I'll provide
Just under 20. I'm still pretty sure that you need to get some kind of hunter safety.
Yeah.
And then have it verified through the Colorado Parks and Wildlife before you go there and buy the license.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, that'd be. I'd love
Colorado
that.
has this-
Colorado's special.
It has this cool thing though, where like if you show up for a weekend, you don't have to buy an entire annual hunt license. Like you can buy a single day for $18, and then an additional day for $9. So
Very
yeah, you're in it under $50, and you can hunt the weekend.
You just have
So-
to, get to southeastern Colorado where he
Exactly.
can be on Kansas and Oklahoma, and regularly does.
And
I
New
look
Mexico.
forward to the opportunity.
No, open invite, man. If you want to come
Oh.
shoot prairie dogs, we'll do
Now,
that.
Yeah,
if
and
You want to shoot beaver?
yep, we can shoot some beaver too, man.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I
Now,
would
if-
love to.
if
Oh,
Dooley
yeah,
can convince
Dave.
Patton to
Hang on. Dave over here is the guy who we showed you the coyote balloon video.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was brilliant.
that's me. It worked pretty slick.
dude,
Yeah,
D&T
pretty
did not
natural
think
is what it
so.
was.
Vince, you were saying something.
If we can convince Patton to do GunCon in Rapid City, South Dakota, I think
Mhm.
we can work something out with Dooley and find something to shoot.
Something to Dooley up there.
Dang it. I just muted him. Oops.
Thanks. Okay, I'm glad that was you and not my mic just having a problem.
What do you
that was me
want- what do
pushing
you-
buttons. I'm not supposed to. Anyway.
Dusky in the chat, Kenji, what do you want to hunt? What appeals to you?
I'd love to take pigs, just because they're an invasive species in so many states. I think that would be doing a service. We have a coyote problem around here.
Mhm.
That would be
Coyotes, yeah.
interesting. Yeah. From what I understand, I'd probably have to venture into the thermal or night optic realm for that activity in particular. But
If you want to, I mean, I still just spotlight, and it's a kick in the ass, spotlight coyotes, but the thermal is a superpower for sure. If you're another good thing to hunt, if to get your feet wet, would be like upland birds,
Yeah.
okay.
like doves and
Okay.
pheasant and stuff like that. Or Mike is super big into waterfowl.
I like
So-
birds. Like I'm waiting for dove season to open September 1st. I'm going to be camping out there. Like we're going to talk about it here in the next couple of shows, I think, because that's coming up real quick. That's 6 weeks away. But
Oh.
yeah, I think September 1st. Did he just say thank fuck?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so yeah, that's 6 weeks away. Gonna be camping for that. I'm really stoked. I'm gonna find a way to get an optic on my Remington 1187 because my Rete 12 gauge is now a permanent full choke. So I guess that's my bird hunting waterfowl gun from now on. But anyway, yeah, I love birds. Birds are awesome. I want to get into upland bird hunting. Duck hunting takes up all my time, you know?
I hear you.
Meanwhile, some of us paddle around in a canoe and shoot at coot
Yes.
in their big old what were they called? Drifts? Was that the technical term for them, Mike? I can't remember.
What, the ducks?
No, the coot. When they're out there in those big groups of like 30 and 40.
Oh, a drift-a-coot?
Yeah, the drifter coot. You paddle up on them
Yeah.
and you're water swatting them, but nobody else hunts them, so I don't give a fuck. It's like, all right, I had Sean. We like shooting the front of my canoe. It's like, shoot now, and then we spend the next 15 minutes doing circles trying to pick them all up.
Now, the question is, are they going to catch on this year and be like, oh, shit, it's those same assholes who shot at us last year?
No, I'll paint the canoe blue. They'll never know the difference.
So it'll be kabloo.
Oh,
Anyway.
Last year it was red. This year it'll be blue.
yes.
Anyway, Kenji, did you do the
Ugh.
Neomag shotgun shoot?
We missed that. Yeah.
Did you?
I
we
love it.
missed it a lot too. Don't worry.
Sounds like me every time I'm behind a gun, man.
To be fair, I had the worst score out of the four of us, but it was still fun.
I've seen him shoot. That's accurate. He's not, but that is. Are you any good with a shotgun?
So I suppose good is a relative term. I would classify myself as being less than good.
Proficient.
Slightly above proficient, certainly less than good. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I'll hit the target every now and then.
Yeah.
And then you're
apparently
like,
so.
yeah, I did that on purpose.
Precisely.
Yep.
I can rack a shotgun like no other, but you can't miss fast enough.
You need to put the red dot
damn it.
on it.
Yeah. This is
Yes,
Vince's
sir.
side by side with a drilled red dot.
I love that. That is cool.
That is the power of peer pressure.
Yes.
It didn't take much, to be fair.
No,
I
it did
think he
not
wanted
take
to do
much.
it.
We have dumb
It was my
ideas and we
idea.
do our dumb ideas. So
Was it your idea? All right, fair enough.
anyway, so if you had to pick one thing right now, Kenji, what would you go hunt hogs tomorrow? Would you go hunt birds? What would be like the one thing? I mean, it could even be a giraffe if you want it to.
Man, that'd be something. I think I'm gonna stick with the pig. I'm
Okay.
gonna stick with my
That's-
answer on the pig. Yeah.
Yeah, a pig hunt down in Texas would be great.
I just want to take my Draco down and lay waste. You know.
I like your case too.
I see that Yugo on the wall, sir. I like your
Uh-huh. That's my Yugo that I've had for that's a Zastava OPAP I got back in 2013. Got into guns right in time for them to be very expensive, oddly enough.
You and I both.
And
man.
then I got 2 other 5.56 PSAs because 5.45 is just not feasible anymore. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
We received some 7.6 from one of our customers, but looking at the market on that right now, it's ridiculous, man. This
I
is-
remember the days when you could get 7.6. I think it was so the Russians don't package in an even 1,000 rounds. So I think it was like 1,100 rounds or some stuff like that. And it was like $70 for a basically. So round the numbers off, $70 shipped in a lot of places for a case, 1,000 rounds plus a 5.45. In my dumbass back then is like, oh, that'll last for that'll be around in a few years. I'll get around to it. Same with every other surplus gun in the world I used to want to own.
7.62 by 25 was like $20 for 500 rounds.
Freaking the Gaunt revolvers were $70
Yeah.
because nobody wanted those pieces of trash.
So Kenji, how long has AIM Surplus been in business? How long have they been around?
I want to say we've been in business for 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah, well-established company. The owner of the business is fantastic. I mean, leadership structure in general is a strong point. They've kept it strong for decades now. It's really cool.
See, I wanted to ask whose passion project this was because looking at the website, there's a very wide breadth of different things on the website, but not necessarily the depth that you might expect from, like, say, Midway or Brownells or one of the larger ones. Because I was looking at Ruger rifles, and you'll have like 2.
Right.
They're there, like the brand Ruger's there, but there's 2, and the surplus versus the new. Like, is that just like someone wanted? That's what they wanted, and you carry it because that's somebody happens to want that thing and wants to get it at the lower price.
Or do you just move guns as they come in? You just sell them right back out.
Honestly, I hate to be that guy. That question is kind of over my head. I don't have any hand in the procurement process at all. I would imagine, as unpredictable as the market is, I feel like you try to go like 6 inches deep, a couple 100 miles around, if that makes sense. Try to cover a little bit of each base while still maintaining our focus on, and pardon me for using this phrase, but the tactical stuff, black gun sell, clock sell, it is what it is.
They
I mean,
do, but everybody
is-
sells Ruger rifles. Not everybody sells Bulgarian Makarov 9x19 pistols.
No, and that's
Or
not what I was
Romanian
getting at.
T-piece
Like,
rifles.
what I was
Speaking of
getting
bear
at is
guns,
there's like some new things, like definitely like new production, like things on the website versus the other stuff. I just wondered about the that particular spread, but that's fine. I get it.
Some of the stuff that you guys do that is kind of unique, I do want to talk about a little bit. So we mentioned earlier you guys got Glock 22s on sale for $280 right now. So you're in a reliable pistol for $280. You can't buy a Taurus for that these days, and a
if you
Taurus ain't
do-
reliable,
And if you do, you're human trash.
right?
It's about a high point because at least then you'll go out with style.
All of Brazil is looking at each other, going,
Well, they're your language group, not mine, sir.
They-
You're the Portuguese man here.
No, they have an accent. They're not my language group. That's like saying that, people in the heart of Alabama are my language group. No, the fuck they're not. Or that Creoles are my language group. Yeah, we're all speaking English, but we're not. We don't speak the same language.
Oh, sorry. Because you're about to go down the Glock thing. That's fine. But before we get off the Leo trade-in thing, you also know what is a great bear gun out in the woods if you've got both hands free, a 12 gauge shotgun with slugs. Anyway,
Yeah.
Actually, I'm packing one of those for this weekend too. So my cheapo fucking Euro semi-auto AR shotgun thing will be loaded with slugs.
I'm
That
pretty
was
sure
descriptive
12
as
gauges with slugs are what the polar bear guards use up in the Arctic. At least a lot of them do.
I don't want to run slugs through my 1187, so I'm going to run them through my cheap ass.
From everything I've read, slugs leave a
AR-12.
lot to be desired.
Depends on the slugs.
I mean,
I'd have to look up the brand. There's a whatever. I'm not going to get down this rabbit hole, but
an ounce of lead flying at a thing the size of a dog, I think will hinder it.
I don't know if we
I
have
hope.
any more in stock, but we have had Bernanke loads. I think some steel penetrators might do the job.
Oh,
Wicked stuff.
Really?
Bernanke, yep, that's the brand I'm thinking of. There's a Bernanke slug that is just beastly.
Just hateful.
That's
I
really
wouldn't want to
good.
shoot it for fun, but actually, that's
mean-
not true. I'd want to shoot a couple of them for fun, and then after that, I'd be like, all right,
I'd want to shoot it at things that
Black
normally
Magic
12
Magnum.
gauge wouldn't penetrate, like microwaves.
Black Magic Magnum. Those are the ones. Anyway,
So Vince is right. It seems a little smaller than some of the other distributors, but at the same time, you're doing stuff that people want. You're selling stuff that people want because you have a bunch of SKUs and they're out of stock because you get a big. I'm assuming you get a big shipment in, you sell them all, and then you just wait for the next big shipment in and mark them back in stock. And so, it seems like you just have these high motion products and you just keep moving them, and that honestly is a pretty good business model. Like, why keep stuff in stock that people aren't buying?
Exactly.
And like, if you've got a limited amount of space, you can only do so much with it. So
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We have a warehouse, but we don't like to sit on product. I don't think any company does. We strive to turn and burn, as quick as possible. I think pricing's reflective of that. Additionally, I don't think anybody benefits from price gouging. I don't think anybody, wants to do business with somebody who's charging significantly more than what something is worth, right?
cheaper
So-
than dirt.
yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up, but you brought it. So since you brought it up, yeah, cheaper than dirt.
Is that still a thing?
No, they're still around, but
they?
their reputation is forever ruined.
I don't want to close the AIM Surplus website. I'll just make a new one.
Mike is discovering tabs. Yep, they're still
Dude, I
there.
have like 30 open right now. That don't get me started on another guy we know.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy. I don't mean to throw shade at another company.
Well, that's why I did it for you.
Yeah, we'll do it. Everybody knows cheaper than dirt sucks. Oh, look, slight run on ammo. $900 per 1,000 rounds. That was 170 yesterday. $900. But 107, $1,100. The hell is he? This isn't an auction. Nobody's bidding.
So let's say,
How is
So
that
let's-
cheaper than dirt?
let's circle this back around a little bit because we're way off in the left field now.
Aren't we always?
So let's say you buy yourself a Leo trade-in Glock 22 in 40 Smith & Wesson, but you don't want to shoot 40. What
Yes.
else do you guys offer that did we see one of the, I can't remember if we saw conversion barrels with you guys or if it was
Yes.
just
What did
not.
we see,
Anyway,
Kenji? What's my favorite barrel now?
Oh, you wouldn't be referring to the JTT barrel, would you?
I would. What does JTT stand for? I wonder.
Just the tip, sir. Just
Oh,
the tip.
and whose tiny idea was that?
Yeah, not mine. Somebody far smarter, somebody far wittier than me. I think it's hysterical. Unfortunately, I don't think we offer the JTTs in conversion barrel format. However, we do have a couple different conversion barrels that'll take your 22, your 23 down to a 17 or a 19, respectively.
for basically around 42 or basically, I mean, maybe a little bit under, but basically around $50. So
Yeah.
it's 280 plus 50. Now you're rolling in with the Gen 3 Glock that's been down tuned to 9mm for not bad at all.
Which is still like anybody that does this did it cheaper than I did, because I got my Glock 22 new 20 years ago and put a $100 barrel in it that I kind of like. The barrel is great, it's accurate and it works really well, but I kind of wish I'd waited to buy that barrel until I met you guys, because then I could have gotten a JTT and spent like half the money that I did and gotten compensated instead of a giant thread thread protector that keeps coming off.
That's why I don't shoot with my thread protectors on.
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's
Well-
for the gram only. The thread protectors are for Instagram only. After that, it's like
Yeah.
first time I took my 45 tactical out to shoot, it's like bang, bang, our USP 45 tactical rather, because the HK 45 is an abomination. Bang, bang, bang. Cool. I look on the ground. Oh, shit, that's mine.
So describe Sam, can you bring it up or do you want me to?
Describe what?
Kenji, while we do that, can you describe exactly what just the tip means and how how you guys came up with it? Maybe, I don't know if you know that story, but like explain it for us.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't know how or who came up with the idea, but it kind of acts as a mini compensator. So the barrel will protrude slightly outside of the slide itself, just enough to allow for a little bit of that gas to be directed upwards, thereby mitigating a little bit of felt recoil. I think in addition to them providing a certain appealing aesthetic, I think the reduced flip, reduced felt recoil, I think is noticeable. I don't think it solves the problem of, say, like a recoil averse person, or
Right.
maybe more accurately somebody with improper grip.
Right. Limp wrist in it.
Precisely. That being said, I think for the guys who are actually out here shooting their guns, they will notice a decrease in felt recoil. And again, we try our hardest to cater to the Glock market because the ecosystem is already so rich and vast. Why not contribute to that ourselves? Ownership has done a great job of compiling a ton of different Glock SKUs. It seems like we've kind of made our name in the past couple of years off of those SKUs. So, to kind of bring it full circle and offer our own line of products, I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah. That's another thing I noticed is you got a pretty sweet lineup of other Glock parts, and I've told these guys recently that I'm going to become an insufferable Glock guy, unfortunately. Ever since I took my M17 off my hunting belt, like I've been practicing what I've been preaching. I've done a couple of comps with it on my hunting belt, with the 9mm barrel in it. I've really been enjoying it. So now that we've been talking about it, you explained how it works. I'm one of those shooters. I would definitely get a kick out of the JTT. So I've got to get me one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I think we might just have to work on something like that. For sure.
Uh,
I mean, so
think we
I shot it at range. We shot it at range day, and I wish I had a compensated barrel with an uncompensated barrel, one in each hand.
I
'Cause
know.
when you switch back and forth, it's like, yeah, I felt it that time. Well, wait a minute, did I feel it that time? Was my grip bad? No, I definitely felt. I did feel. I did notice. Just
That's
a
why it's
little bit
called
of-
just the tip. You can't tell if you can feel it or not.
I mean, maybe if you're that loose. Personally, I can feel
Is
it.
it in yet?
Do you have just the tip barrels for any other guns, or is it just the Glocks right now?
We actually offer for the P320 and the P365 as well.
Ooh, I can throw it on my-
365.
Yeah, I think as somebody who's kind of eyeballing a P365 right now, it's definitely intriguing. Before I make a complete imbecile of myself, let me verify.
This would be the place to do it because no one will notice.
Sam, I tried to share my screen, so if you can, like,
I already shared the screen with the barrel.
oh, you did.
Yeah, I
Me
did.
too.
I did while he was describing it, and I dragged my cursor around the tip very sensually.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
it was a
fair.
whole thing.
I missed that. I was busy
Oh,
enjoying.
well,
the
sir, you have to pay to see it again.
tip.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, they got
so
$1.
I'm an MP guy. I would love to see some Smith and Wesson barrels. I think with where we're at right now, it seems like we're certainly focused on Glock. With what SIG's been doing the past couple of years, it only kind of made sense to test the waters, see how the customers responded to them. But that's kind of where we're sitting for now on the JTT.
Yeah, understood. Have you? What's your testing process like? Do you know that? The reason I ask, and let me tangent a tiny bit. The reason I'm asking this is because up until last duck season, the M17 on my belt, I was like, it's fine. It's a gun. I don't mind going in the water, out of the water whatsoever. Like, when I wear my waders, I wear my gun belt over it. My hunting belt has basically everything that I need to take hunting with me. My monocular, my rangefinder, knives, sharpeners, and a pelvic splitter that was my grandfather's.
That's cool.
The grandfather from Portugal we talked about. So
That's really
there's a nice knife sharpener in there too. But anyway, so all that's on my hunting belt, and then I've also got a mag pouch that carries 2 spare mags on my left side on a UBL mid-ride extender and a QLS fork attach system. I just screwed the holster. It's a cheap Amazon holster, but I just screwed it into the QLS attach fork, and it lives down there. And then the M17 was on the other side. Well, I don't have a holster for that yet. I actually talked to Klecker Tactical yesterday and ordered a level 2 retention holster for a Glock 17, 22, etc.
nice.
So that as soon as he gets that, as soon as I get that in, I'm excited to try that out too, because then I'll be able to test his holster for the same things. Like, my gun goes swimming a lot. I go in the water a lot. I don't take it off to go set decoys. I fall in the water, unfortunately, more than I would like to admit. I'd like to admit it before Sam, giggling over there like a little schoolgirl, laughs about it.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it in person.
That's fair. I probably shouldn't admit it to people, but it makes people giggle, so whatever.
I mean, it's
So-
when I had Sean on the canoe is when we almost drowned. He's like, here, let me try and wiggle around. Like, just hold
It's a
still.
canoe. Don't wiggle in the canoe. Everybody knows that, except Sean, apparently. So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is my gun goes swimming a lot. If people buy replacement parts, specifically like the just the tip, how does shooting a just the tip barrel wear? How well does it hold up to the wear, and how does it how well does that wear hold up to constant water exposure or 20 minutes in Cleveland?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, it kind of depends on the SKU. For something like the JTT, guys will shout. We'll send a couple of our social media guys out. They'll take case of ammo. They'll run it through, make sure everything's going. As far as like individual product testing, it's just not feasible. However, I will say any AIM branded product, if there are any problems with it, send them back to us. We'll replace it. That's the least we can do for y'all. And we want you guys to be comfortable with your purchase. Now, in regard to your question in particular, do you have any experience with titanium nitride tin?
I've heard of its existence. It depends on the context. I recognize the name, but continue, please.
So I am under the impression that finish in particular aids in overall lubricity. So,
okay, nitride finishes. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm familiar.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, I am a goldfish. The one thing that I can remember that we've done in this show is that we all decided what kind of fish we were, and they all decided.
No, we all decided what kind of cracker we were,
Yeah.
and you were a goldfish.
If we decided what fish we were, that's also what we would have decided. But yeah, you're right. See, I can't even remember the context correctly. So yeah, don't feel bad. I'm just dumb sometimes.
Y'all, that's me, bro. That's me.
All right, so they all have nitride finishes on them.
We do offer stainless in some SKUs. I would imagine the tin finish might be an interesting option. As far as like extended exposure to the elements, we don't really have a process for that. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I wish I could get you better information.
What if I can get you better information?
Like, open arms, my man.
One of the JTT barrels in my gun, I compete a lot. I know I shoot a lot. It would wear on the barrel, and then I go swimming with my gun and get it wet, and then I don't clean it. Like, dude, honestly, here's another tangent. I go swimming with that M17 all the time. There is there's no rust on it whatsoever. I spend 3 days in Cleveland and come back with rust all over my 365.
Well, you stuck it up your freaking prison purse, man. What do you expect?
10
gallons
know
of ball sweat.
my MVP was showing signs as well, but honestly, so one of the reasons I made sure to mention the Glock line of pistols for outdoor use for hunting applications would be from what I've seen, from what I've heard anecdotally, the finish on the Glocks rust. I mean, they stand up to corrosion far better than most of, if not any other pistol on the market right now.
I don't think I've ever seen a rusted Glock. That's why they started doing them in FDE, though, so they could finish
Pre-rusted.
them less.
No, yours is just peanut butter.
It is fantastic peanut butter, though.
Here comes the dog here to lick your peanut butter. That sounds
What
way
dog?
dirtier than I. Oh,
Sorry, Montana Dirt Roads. You're probably gone now.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like it when you do that, Dave.
I didn't pull a gun first.
I mean, to be fair, we are far enough along that YouTube might not notice because they only monitor live streams for like the first. I think that their algorithm is only supposed to really pay attention during the first 60 minutes or so, looking for you to doing nefarious things. Then after that, it fucks off into the ether. But I don't know if I trust it. Anyway,
That's fair.
Here we go. Perfect. Dusky, one of our listeners, lives down in Florida. So I asked him. He says, I have some tin parts in my dagger, mostly I know it stands for barrel, but every time I see BBL, I want to say
Brazilian
like
butt lift.
Big booty
which
Latina.
has shown little wear over a couple thousand rounds, hasn't been exposed all that much otherwise. But that's also why I got it. Well, there you go. Because he actually lives in a swamp full time, pretty much. So
Yeah, pretty much.
So Kenji, some of the other parts that you have AIM surplus branded, triggers. What else do you have besides triggers? Because you have so many parts. I'm like, I can't keep track.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so at least for Glock platforms, we offer slide completion kits. Typically the Gen 1 through 3 stuff. We do for you, Dave, offer a couple Gen 5 SKUs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand why the Gen 5 has like little to no aftermarket anything.
Because people like you were like, you buy one Glock, you've bought all the Glocks, and so Glock was like, "We'll show you. We'll make a slightly different different Glock."
I don't know why Glock did that, but I also don't know why
Spite.
aftermarket hasn't caught up with new gens. Like what happens when a 6th gen Glock comes out?
because Gen 3 is a freaking golden goose. Glock,
It
their
is.
patent ran out on Gen 3, and so
Mhm.
I love talking to guys who have like Shadow Systems or Zev. They're like, oh, I've got a Shadow. So you've got a fancy Glock. Cool, good for you. Stop acting like it's not a Glock, though. It's a Glock. It's a Glock with like some pretty fancy freaking parts in it.
All those slide serrations are deep, brother.
But it's
Yeah.
it's a freaking Glock.
Yeah.
But because Gen 3's run out and now everybody can make their like the
Yeah.
daggers, another Gen 3 spinoff and so on and so forth. So yeah, all the attention gets thrown to Gen 3. And the guys who buy, like Dave won his, but the guys who go out and buy a Gen 4, Gen 5, and then a Gen 6 Glock
Yeah.
are not looking at aftermarket parts. They're just buying it and it says Glock Perfection on the box.
Yeah.
They're done.
I think that's something to be said. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that.
I do have a Gen 5 or Gen 3 19 as well. It's just it's going to take a pretty much a complete rebuild because it's got the finger grooves in it. It doesn't have a cut slide. I can do all of that stuff.
I got an angle grinder.
Dude, I'm looking at the slides they've got. They've got cut slides for $120. You get just the tip for $50.
Mhm.
You get a spring it's a Glock spring, so it's probably like $12. And boom, you've got an entire Glock slide for under what, $180? I think I did the math already.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And
I
then
love this 19X.
it's a great gun.
It's a 17 grip, the 19 slide, and it fits me perfect. I love it. I do. It's just a complete bitch to find parts for.
There's something about the recoil impulse on the 19X too. I don't know if that's just, placebo effect, but to me it feels smoother.
You get the pinky on there,
sure.
It's all the peanut butter. All the peanut butter gives you good
right?
traction.
maybe it's the actual stippling the Gen 5 has. I don't know, but I don't think I've ever actually felt one. I don't have any room
You
to
can
talk.
feel
I
mine,
have the
Mike.
sandpaper grips on my Gen 3 22
Yep.
because that thing. I used to take that to rifle classes, and that thing, my hands would be sweaty. It would not stay in my hands. So I asked the instructor, and he's like, "Yeah, you get the sandpaper grip. It's like skateboard tape." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Oh, dude." And so I got that, and I was shooting. My groups just dramatically improved. Being able to hold on to a gun is essential.
Oh, and now you see guys doing the silicone carbide on the frames. That's pretty wild. We also have a guy in-house who stipples Glock frames. Just really cool laser, man.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that on the website too. I wanted to ask you about it, but I had forgotten. So thanks for bringing that up. I'm glad we went down this rabbit hole because
Yeah.
yeah, that's a really cool thing. Some of the patterns that he does are just. Have you felt any of them? Have you felt all of them?
I've actually I've asked Torin to do a couple of my firearms and
Oh, nice.
go anywhere else. I mean, obviously that's a biased opinion, but I wouldn't go anywhere else. I've been happy every time with his quality work.
Did you ask for a particular style of grip or that you have on the website, or which one did you ask for?
I did. I went with I believe it's the medium white noise. And I went with that because it does offer a noticeably more aggressive texture. Yeah, I would almost liken it to an M&P 2.0.
Okay.
Kind of a rough equivalent to. I love the 2.0 texture, so that's kind of what I wanted to model it after. I think it matches up very well. In addition to the actual texture, he'll do the double undercut. He does a glove cut that's really it's just. I've always had a trouble with the Glock grip angle. Getting that little glove cut for your middle finger really helps. Point of presentation.
Yeah.
I think he offers a deluxe service. You can get everything. So texture, double undercut. Yeah, there are multiple options. Complete service is like $260. Depending on his workload, you're going to have it back within a week. Like, it's really cool.
You just ship it off to you, and then you'll ship it right back.
Confirmed.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. I'm looking at the website. Sam's looking at something entirely different.
I am looking at it.
Oh, okay. Dave is looking at it.
Bro. Gen 5, 19 slide. Complete slide. Barrel spring, everything. $237. That is like half price of anything else I've ever seen for a Gen 5.
Yeah.
That is fantastic with a porter barrel.
Like Dave might turn into an insufferable Glock guy too. Let's do it together, Dave.
I am on accident.
And
I've won both of my Glocks. So
yeah, that's awesome. Like I have a PSA dagger lower that I need to put something on, and I'm like, man, I could complete that for under $200. That's pretty cool. With a cut slide, even like that's getting hard to find these days. Cut slides for a decent price and decently cut ones too. Like I don't know if yours are, but we'd have to see them. But yeah, you know what I mean.
I'd rather let the product speak for itself.
Fair enough. I'm on board with that.
And again, the slide you just showed, or any other AIM branded product, you guys have any problems, send it back in. We're happy to take care of you. Happy to replace that for you. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. I might end up taking one of the AIM surplus triggers swimming as well. Since I am competing with that gun, I'm like, I should. Have you tried any of the AIM surplus triggers?
I have. I've only run them with a Ghost connector, 3.5 pound.
Okay.
I think. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade from the factory trigger, right? I mean, nobody likes a factory Glock trigger. We also offer them in a couple different colors. You can change the shoe color or the safety color. So we trying to satisfy all demographics.
Yeah, you definitely got you've got the bronze barrels and the you definitely got all the parts to Gucci up your Glock if you want to, but you can. It's almost like cubic zirconia. You're like fake Gucci Glocking. Like that's not a $300 barrel; it's a $50 barrel.
Yeah, right. Which, by the way, I will say, I mean, they are match grade barrels. The OEM has been known to manufacture Glock barrels for very high end third party Glock entities, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident in the quality of the product overall, especially in the accuracy. I think
Okay.
if shooter does his job, guns do just fine.
That's generally, oh, the gun's inaccurate. No, you are. I'm definitely on the it's usually the shooter train.
Yeah.
Look, it's
Yeah.
shooting low left. All right, stop grabbing it like your life depends on it. Look, you're shooting
Literally.
on target now. Amazing.
Literally.
What? You sound like an accomplished shooter. What do you like to shoot? Do you shoot matches or?
I'm by no means an accomplished shooter. I love shooting guns. If you ask me to take home a trophy at a competition, you got the wrong guy. But I have shot a couple steel matches. I also participated at Kalashnikon 24.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an AK oriented 2-gun match.
Mhm.
Look how hard you just made Sam.
Oh,
That's one I would love to go to, but it's one of those things where it's like I already take enough damn time off work. I don't think I can take more time off work.
if you can swing it, my man, I can't recommend that enough. It was an incredible experience. It was so much fun. And the networking is fantastic. Yeah, I
Where
can't
was
say
it
enough.
at? Where is it usually at?
Versailles, Missouri. It's-
Missouri's not terrible.
Yeah.
it's 2 hours outside of Kansas City.
That's not bad. That's not a terrible drive. Anyway,
Yeah, certainly worth it. Certainly worth the trek.
The Kansas, I graduated. The college I went to online was in Kansas City, and I went and walked for my graduation in 2021. And Kansas City really wasn't bad. Like downtown proper Kansas City was just a shithole of all the trash and homeless everywhere. But like you get out away from the city, as most cities do, and it's really pretty. The river scenery is nice. So, a couple hours outside of that, the drive to Kansas City is not too terrible. Like just a quick jaunt through Kansas, which nothing through Kansas is really quick, let's be honest, but it was an okay drive. So add
Sure.
a couple hours to get to that. Yeah, that's pretty doable.
I mean, hey, we got half a squad for Kalashnikon next year. Let's sign up.
I'm kind of into it. I've got a Gideon Optics Advocate on my AK right now, and which I've also shot birds with. It started on my pump shotgun. It went on to something else that I can't remember off the top of my head. And now it's on that. And honestly, it does pretty well for an AK optic. Like it's yeah, dude. It's a really, really cool optic.
Close the emitter and you're running it on.
The Advocate is a Prism, 1X Prism.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, man.
That's a really cool company, though. Gideon's really pushing into the
I've
market.
got.
Yeah, I love.
Oh God, my whole tent's gonna come down. Shiza.
God, I hope so. On air, please.
I still got this one. I got to finish filming the review of their. I shot the crap out of their. Because I drowned it in Beaver Pond and all the other fun stuff, and the only thing left to do was to shoot it with a shotgun.
And it's a
felt
Gideon Guardian.
It felt like super freaking torture testing cringe, and Bob's like, "You should do it." It's like, "Oh, fine."
Yeah, Bob's definitely like, and do it. Like, and it held up. It held at 0. It looks funky. It's bent, but it still works.
It's impressive.
And honestly, on that rifle, it looks about as bent as the rifle is. So it kind of matches.
You haven't seen that one in person. You have no idea how zigzag that AK is, but it's 0.
Front side, rear side.
See, there's Bob. There's Bob. See, he lives for my beaver. Yeah, but who keeps clicking that button?
Me.
There we go.
We know Gideon loves Sam's beaver.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a lightweight 10 BCG for an AR for like just a skosh over $100, and that is fantastic.
Really cool option, right?
Yeah.
Really
Right?
cool option.
And
Yeah.
it's gold, so you can flex.
Yeah.
I think if you put that in like a Faxon ultralight or something, holy cow, that'd be really cool.
Combine that with the who else was at GunCon, the lightweight company.
1791 was doing
Yes. Combine
Mhm.
all that into like just to get a good combination of lightweight parts, dude.
I love that idea.
I was looking at that stuff from 1791 the other day and just kind of pricing it in my head. And you're not really much more expensive than like the mid upper tier ARs, like in that about 1500 range. Once you get everything besides the optic, but you get everything else in there, and they're not much more expensive than that. If you want something really lightweight, and you add in say like do a 14.5 or a 14.7 pencil barrel, and you can make something pretty lightweight for, I mean, decent money. But it's it can be done.
Oh, for sure.
It's not that big a deal. Tacticals in the chat. Klecker says 1791 light raider, I think, was sweet. I don't remember exactly which one that was. Was the built gun that they had on display that you could pick up and be like, "Oh, look, it's a feather."
Well, they didn't have a full gun on display. They had an upper and they had rails.
Yeah, at the event itself. Were they at range day with full guns or no?
Well, not that I saw. They were working on a lower, I think is what she said.
Oh, nice.
I think.
Lower's on the website.
Oh, well, I don't know then.
Anyway. Yeah, 1500 is not too bad for, a rifle that, like, my problem would be, like, you ever picked up a beer and you're like, man, that beer is full, and you go to pick it up and you throw the can across the room? That's what I would expect that rifle to be like. You go to pick the rifle up and you're like, whoa. Or it's like when Gandalf gives the sword to Frodo and Frodo's like, it's so light.
Mike, after 3 beers, man, this can is light.
Also, Frodo, man, he's so light. Anyway.
No, Clicker says they had a full AR with just a red dot. It weighed 6.5 pounds. I did not see the full rifle. They must have hidden it from us.
Yeah, apparently they did.
We look too sketchy.
I thought I heard Dooley talking about it, and I thought I heard
we did. So that would explain what people are talking about it.
Yeah, okay.
I still wanted to get Kenji to help me rob the DSA guy, but it seemed kind of unprofessional. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, well, if he wasn't so stingy with his ammo, he wouldn't have left the show with 900 rounds of 308.
No, he was. Look, we talked to him. He was a nice guy.
He was. He just.
For all I know, they barely gave him any 308, and it's just like, oh, nobody wants to shoot these after all. But.
Well, I mean, once you've shot one, you've shot them foul. Damn, that's that joke up. But anyway,
yeah,
moving on from my awkward bullshit. Yes, Vince, we know.
Vince, one of these days, I'm going to sneak Drano into a cup. We're going to meet in real life, Vince, and I'm going to accidentally slip you some Drano. It's going to damage your ability to sing for a while. It's going to make my life so good.
Joke's on you, it actually turns Vince into like some sort of miracle man.
It gives him a falsetto.
Vince.
Should hear my Michael Jackson impression.
Oh, we're going to. That's what the Drano's for.
Vince.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come play with me, blanket. Wee. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that they brought up the BCG because you guys really do have a ridiculous amount of, it's niche parts, but it's a solid niche. It's a good niche. It's a niche that people buy parts from, and I like that. It's not like, you go into some niche gun stores. You're like, I'm just going to walk into this, and you can tell they have their thing. And then other stores like Shields have everything. So
Right.
It seems like you guys have your thing and you're just sticking to it, and that's awesome. If it's working, like, why fix it if it's not broke?
Say it again. Say it again, man.
Why fix it if it's not broke?
I mean, they have lower parts kits, $40.
Yeah, dude.
See,
Yeah,
you guys
And I
talk
have a bunch
about.
of unfinished.
You guys are all about the gun parts. I'm whatever on those. I like the trade-in stuff.
Yeah, I
The
like
trade-in
trade-in
stuff is
stuff
cool.
too.
That's
That's
always
You
why we
want a can with a muzzle device?
Oh yeah, I saw those
$500.
today.
Yeah,
It's a
Um,
GSL, I think it was.
dude, it's almost like the good thrift shop in town that you don't tell anybody about, except we're having them on our show live.
So we
Telling
aren't
everyone.
going to tell anybody about them either.
No, don't tell
Okay,
anybody.
we're not actually publishing this one. We're gonna skip 133 straight to 134, and it was a recording error. Oops.
You have a CNR section on the website.
Yeah,
we sure do.
Oh,
yeah. There's a
my.
Talkarev on it. I'm kidding.
Vince just
Okay.
suddenly went like, "Oh, ooh, oh."
That page should be filling up a little bit more.
Oh my.
Nice.
I think
Oh,
we're
it was.
expecting a couple check pistols.
Make sure you don't bounce those checks.
All right, so Vince, do you have some questions to ask our guest before we start rounding this out?
All right, I think we've covered most of them. I'm just going to get straight to the
The juicy ones.
to the main one, to the juicy one, Kenji, we've been talking a little bit about hunting, not a whole lot. We talked about what you would go hunt if you could, but if you could hunt a dinosaur, what would you hunt and what would you hunt it with?
Oh man. I mean, you got to go for the big dog, right? So I'm chasing T-Rex. What would I use?
22 long rifle.
That's the only way. Stop it.
Like you have to, you like that's in terms of like stories. Like you're adding to your dad lore, your family lore. That's the one. 22
know-
long rifle or bust.
Even if you let him pick you up by the torso and he managed to get you by the legs so you had your arms free and he's dragging you around, wiggling you back and forth, and you're just sitting there with your Ruger 1022 and its 25 round mag, and you're
Into
just taking
his
little
thorax.
pot shots even into like up his nostrils. I still don't think, even if you got a lucky shot straight down the nasal canal, I still don't think it would penetrate enough.
You're not
He'd be like,
my-
"Ah."
thinking.
Ah.
You're not thinking long enough term here. You hit him enough times till he gets an infection, and 2 weeks later dies.
But
No,
so do
Mike.
you.
I have another theory. It is when he grabs you like the dude on the shitter, like that. So, like, yes, legs are dangling, but arms are free inside the mouth. You shoot the dangly thing at the back of his throat, and he goes, "Bleh."
And meanwhile, you have
Instant
those like
life.
6-inch banana holes in your torso, and you bleed out and die from that.
That's what
I
level,
didn't
that's
get
what,
eaten.
that's what level 3A armor's for.
You know, I would have to take
stab proof rating is.
I would have to take a better look at a T-Rex skull to see exactly where you would have to shoot to get to the brain. But I
Frickin'
know that an African elephant has been killed with a 22 long rifle.
I
What?
just saw a video. Somebody recreated a T-Rex skull and stuff. But
Kentucky
talk about the
Ballistics.
elephant real quick. Yes.
Kentucky
I-
Ballistics did it. Hang on. Kentucky Ballistics did it, and he pissed me off because he shot a 45-70 and he used a freaking hollow point.
Oh yeah, that's dumb.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it was one of those videos that's like, man, there was so much potential here, but it turned into slop, in my opinion.
That's because he used a hollow point. It just slopped everywhere and didn't penetrate.
No, it
Well, it's like 100
on top.
degrees out, and the T-Rex head turned into slop too.
I didn't actually watch it. I just thought it was fascinating.
It started melting because it was hot out.
That's
Yeah.
awful. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know the whole story about the 22 long rifle killing an elephant, but it has been done. I remember reading that at some point that it has. Someone did it. It's highly improbable that it would work.
Well, one of the biggest grizzlies ever killed on the planet was killed with a 22. I don't know if it was a long rifle or
It was
short,
many 22s.
but
Well,
the first
one-
shot
the first
down,
one
and then
did
she
the-
shot it repeatedly over
Yeah.
and over and over.
And it was
over.
a 22 long, not a 22 long rifle, 22 long.
Got it.
Back when that was
So-
a thing.
Yeah, it can be done. I think now that we know what we would all use and die with, what would you use, Kenji?
I don't know, man. I kind of like the 22 idea.
All right, that's
You
fair.
get like a
I'm
brown.
living on the edge, as it were.
You get like it was the Whitney Wolverine. We get one of those older, or like a Woodsman, one of the older like 22 long rifle pistols, and then you just run in circles all day, peppering it, and hoping it bleeds to death, or maybe just gets bored and dies of an infection later. Yeah.
So if we ever get
Fine.
asked to be extras in the next Jurassic World movie, we should say no.
What's an extra? They can't kill you in
mean-
real life.
You know, I don't understand the whole dynamics of, you shoot a dinosaur, the whole Jurassic Park thing, and they're like bulletproof, whereas you'd probably shoot a T-Rex and it would go ow, and try and get away from you because that really hurt, and it would learn that
Especially-
it doesn't. You don't go near people because it hurts when they make loud noises.
Oh god, that the
Especially when you shoot them in the epiglottis. Thank you, Bob.
I thought it was the vulva.
Bless you.
Yeah, the Jurassic World, the first one where they've got the freaking like the invisible dinosaur that changes its skin color or whatever. And I just remember there's some dude blasting away with, I think it was a like, what's the Keltec shotgun? KTG?
Oh, KSG.
KSG, there you go. He's like blasting it in the mouth, in the tongue with a KSG, and it's just like, I think
Nothing's
that would do
happening.
something.
Now the
Yeah,
Spice 12 in the original was a cool inclusion.
Oh, my favorite, that was cool. Nothing beats for me though, the book where they're using basically a bazooka with giant syringes to put him to sleep. In Muldoon in the book, before he goes out to trank the T-Rex, is like grabbing a bottle of whiskey, like, we're gonna chug half of this because I don't want to do this shit. All right, here we go.
Savage.
If you killed,
He's offering the lawyer, like, you want to drink? The lawyer's like, no, man. He's like, I do.
Yeah, the real travesty of the movie is that Muldoon dies and whatever the guy who owns the place lives. I
Yeah.
forget his name.
In the book, actually, I thought Muldoon lived, but I can't remember. I haven't read it in a
Muldoon
while.
lives in the book. In the,
Muldoon was a boss in the book, dude.
yeah, and Hammond dies, getting eaten alive by the little dinosaurs, and they took his death and moved it into the second movie with who's that guy who plays villains in movies all the time?
I don't
the dude
remember.
who wanders off in the woods and gets eaten by the combies. Anyway,
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
the same actor from Armageddon. The one American component, a Russian component, all made in
Yeah.
Taiwan. It's the same actor.
yeah, that dude.
And from Prison Break.
Oh
Um, Did you like Prison Break?
you know what? It fizzled out after like 2 seasons, but I was heavily invested for a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they got into the second prison, I was like, really?
this is how you fix things
Come
on
on.
a Russian space station.
I don't want to be here anymore. Good.
Peter
Now we can
Stromberg
go home.
is him.
If
Hey,
you
that's
killed
how
a
you fix
T-Rex with a 22 long rifle, you would forever be a legend.
Yeah, you'd be the coolest man in the
Oh.
world. It's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You'd be a
Oh.
legend anyway, because you'd be the man who went up against a T-Rex with a 22.
Even if you die, yeah, you're still going out good.
You're a legend either way. Hey, you heard the legend of Kenji Takahashi took on a T-Rex with a 22.
The worst firearm selection. in
I mean-
history of firearm selection.
It could
Just don't.
You know
use
what?
Aguila.
You're doing
use
it with a
CCI.
single shot Savage Rascal that's painted with a pink stock.
Don't tease me with a good time.
Dave's
can-
got a point.
Alright.
Yeah, use CCIs for this.
Yeah,
I
make
don't
sure
know.
they're stingers.
The rattle can.
It's 22 rat shot. That
All
really
right,
is.
that's
just
all I
bouncing
was
us.
going to ask.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
man. I'll let you down with that response.
No,
No,
that's great. That's
Our,
great.
No, that's a
the
great
only
response. We love
responses.
it.
The only responses, which I don't think we've ever even had one that would actually let us down, would be like, "Yeah, I'll hunt a T-Rex with a 500 Nitro Express." Like, all right, that's
Cool. You may as well
Cool.
use a mortar.
there's
Thank
no
you.
character. Like, give us some character here.
You are the first person to try to kill a dinosaur with a rimfire. So you got that going for you.
But they have a barrel called Just the Tip. They're minimalists, obviously.
My boy.
Gideon Optics in the chat. Yes, you were right. It is the Epiglottis, Bob. He also says you got to be a little longer to hit that glottis. And most importantly, Peter Stormare is the name of the actor. Speaking of legends.
We know where Dusky would aim for. Dusky would try and shoot it in the cloaca.
Yeah, he would, but he also wouldn't use a
He'd be
gun.
trying to crawl in there, though. He's a weirdo.
Trying to
Yeah.
get that dino see.
Oh,
I don't think we can use that as a show title.
we can try. Dino OC with aim surplus.
Krista's going to be like, immediately no.
Okay.
Anyway, well, if you, speaking of Gideon Optics, we do have the 10% off coupon code with them for use the code MOIST because it's everybody's favorite word, moist. And
The
when you're
lower
typing
it's
it in, getting
lower.
your 10% off,
Wait,
remember.
wait, hold on. We
Moist.
need this, Kenji. I need you to lean up real close to the microphone and say moist for us.
Speaking to the microphone.
Moist.
Somebody screen grab that.
Dusky.
There
I'll
we
be in my
go.
bunk.
I have to poop.
Immediately. that burrito I didn't have for lunch went right through me.
That's true. The Vince, write that down in your little show notes thing. All guests must say the word moist. This is a new shtick now. I like it.
Bob says you got to spit on it while you're typing it. I assume he means typing in the coupon code when you make your order.
The mouse, the screen, just get everything.
Oh, there was a ghost. Did you see the big spooky ghost?
I wish I didn't understand that reference.
Same.
That was one of the dumbest episodes, but I loved it so much.
If you want to look cool in casual camo, use Camerado affiliate code Let's Go Hunt for money off.
Not moist, because
Not moist. It's Let's Go Hunt.
It's not moist.
If you
you
want
wanna-
if you want a baller discount code on 5-star alterations and their Invisicloak to thermal, use moist.
if you want to look like a ranger, you could be a rider of Rohan or what are the freaking rangers? I'm forgetting. I'm blanking out. If you want to
The
look like
rider of
Aragorn with a
First.
rifle, 5-star alterations is the place to go.
Yeah.
Get you a based wool cloak.
So before we run off here, Kenji, where can the people find you?
Absolutely. Aimsurplus.com. All inventory is live and up to date. If you see it on the site and doesn't say sold out, throw that in the cart and purchase it, man. We'd be happy to ship it out to you, or if you're local, designate for pickup, we're happy to push that out the door to you, man. Absolutely.
I'm curious before we go. How big is the actual storefront you got? Because we
Nah.
were at GunCon last year, and Brownells has a decent storefront. But their warehouse was really cool. So I'm kind of picturing you guys, but similar, but with nothing but Glocks.
Yes. So we our showroom isn't large, but we make very good use of the space, if that makes sense.
100%.
If you're in the area, do yourself a favor, come in and see us. even if you're not looking to buy, come to check us out, man. You know, we've got great guys behind the counter. We've got great people in positions all over the company. Anything we can do to help, we're more than happy to do so, you know. And if there's anything that I can do personally, you know, I'd love to be of service.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show and talking about you guys. Love to hear that you have a whole bunch of solutions for the hunting sidearm world, because it's highly important, obviously.
Yeah, I'm ordering a cut Gen 5 slide here shortly.
Awesome. I hope
Yeah.
you love it as much as we love it, man. I really do.
And
All right. So, wait. Is somebody else saying something? Because I'm in the show notes now.
not important.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I think that'll about do it.
Kenji, thanks so much for joining us again.
Mhm.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Mhm.
This has been awesome.
Absolutely our pleasure. And damn it, I did it again.
You chicken slinging mongrel dog. You cow hater. Anyway, support the sport and take a buddy hunting. If you like that buddy, tell him about our show. If you don't, give him a Taurus and tell him. Whoa, hang on. Give him a Taurus and tell how much that gun means to you so he can never get rid of it. Hit us up at lghpodcast.com. Leave us a review, and I will send you our new, highly improved, and much more cooler stickers. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt.
I don't even have any of our stickers yet. He was like, no, you can't have these. They're for the listeners.
So I've
You
got
gotta order more.
John Wick on a black bear, accuracy by combustion, John Hick, fuzzy little antlers, or Dino Ussy.
John Hick is my vote.
John Hick.
I like John Hick. Accuracy,
Accuracy by combustion. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It rolls right off the tongue.
It really
That'll
does.
do.